What if I told you the secret to the most incredible pepper harvest wasn't a fancy fertilizer, but a centuries-old Amish recipe? While modern gardeners chase the latest synthetic solutions, there's a community that's been quietly perfecting soil cultivation for generations, producing pepper harvests so abundant they seem almost magical. Today we're diving deep into the ancient wisdom of Amish soil preparation, a method so effective that weeding becomes virtually unnecessary, and pepper plants practically grow themselves. The Amish have built their entire agricultural system around one fundamental principle: work with nature, not against it. For over 300 years, they've been cultivating the land without modern chemicals, machinery, or shortcuts, relying instead on time-tested methods that create soil so rich and balanced that plants thrive with minimal intervention. Their pepper gardens aren't just productive, they're ecosystems in perfect harmony. What makes their approach so revolutionary is the understanding that soil isn't just dirt. It's a living, breathing community of microorganisms, fungi, and beneficial bacteria that, when properly nurtured, creates conditions where plants can access exactly what they need when they need it. This isn't about forcing growth through artificial means, it's about creating an environment so nutrient-dense and biologically active that pepper plants respond with explosive growth and unprecedented yields. The secret lies in what Amish farmers call the recipe, not a literal culinary formula, but a carefully orchestrated approach to soil building that transforms ordinary garden beds into pepper-producing powerhouses. This method has been refined through centuries of observation, trial, and success, passed down from generation to generation like a treasured family heirloom. The Amish approach begins with a fundamental shift in thinking. While conventional gardening focuses on feeding plants directly through synthetic fertilizers, Amish farmers understand that healthy plants are merely the result of healthy soil. Their philosophy centers on feeding the soil, not the plant, a concept that transforms everything about how we approach gardening. This soil-first mentality means creating an underground ecosystem so rich and diverse that it can support plant life naturally. When soil is teeming with beneficial microorganisms, these tiny workers break down organic matter, making nutrients available to plants in the exact forms and quantities they need. It's like having a 24/7 nutrient delivery service operating beneath your pepper plants, ensuring they never lack for anything essential to their growth. The beauty of this approach becomes evident when you consider that healthy, balanced soil naturally suppresses weeds. Dense, nutrient-rich soil supports vigorous plant growth that outcompetes unwanted vegetation, while the thick organic matter acts as a natural mulch, preventing weed seeds from germinating. This is why Amish pepper gardens require virtually no weeding. The soil itself becomes the first line of defense against unwanted plants. The foundation of the Amish soil recipe rests on three primary components, each playing a crucial role in creating the perfect growing medium for peppers. The first and most important ingredient is aged manure, preferably from cattle or horses that have been fed natural, chemical-free diets. Now, this isn't fresh manure. Amish farmers age their manure for at least one full year, allowing it to decompose completely and reach the perfect balance of nutrients without the risk of burning plants. Aged manure provides slow-release nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, along with trace minerals that peppers crave. More importantly, it introduces billions of beneficial microorganisms that establish the biological foundation of healthy soil. These microscopic allies work tirelessly to break down organic matter, suppress harmful pathogens, and create the ideal pH balance that peppers love. The second crucial component is mature compost, created from kitchen scraps, garden waste, and fallen leaves. Amish families typically maintain multiple compost piles in various stages of decomposition, ensuring a constant supply of this black gold. Their compost isn't just decomposed organic matter, it's a carefully managed ecosystem where beneficial bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms multiply and thrive. The third element often surprises modern gardeners: cover crops and green manure. Amish farmers plant specific crops like crimson clover, winter rye, or buckwheat not to harvest, but to improve soil structure and fertility. These plants are grown specifically to be tilled back into the soil, adding organic matter while their roots break up compacted earth and create channels for water and air movement. The magic happens in how these components are combined and integrated into the growing beds. Amish farmers begin soil preparation in the fall, layering aged manure and compost over their pepper beds in thick, generous applications. This isn't a light sprinkling. They typically add 4 to 6 inches of organic matter, creating what essentially becomes a slow-release fertilizer factory right in the growing bed. Throughout winter, this organic matter continues decomposing, aided by freeze-thaw cycles that help break down materials and integrate them into the existing soil structure. By spring, what was once a layered application has become a rich, dark, crumbly growing medium that's perfectly prepared for pepper transplants. The timing of planting is crucial to the Amish method. Rather than rushing to get plants in the ground, they wait for soil temperatures to reach optimal levels, typically when the soil feels warm to the touch several inches down. This patience ensures that the biological activity in the soil is at peak levels when pepper plants are introduced, giving them the best possible start. When transplanting peppers, Amish farmers create planting holes that are significantly larger than necessary, backfilling with a mixture of the prepared soil and additional compost. This creates zones of ultra-rich growing medium around each plant's root zone, providing concentrated nutrition exactly where it's needed most. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Amish soil method is how it naturally prevents many common gardening problems. The thick layer of organic matter acts as a living mulch, suppressing weed germination while retaining soil moisture. As this material continues to decompose throughout the growing season, it releases nutrients steadily, eliminating the need for additional fertilization. The biological diversity in properly prepared Amish soil creates natural pest resistance. Beneficial insects, soil-dwelling predators, and disease-suppressing microorganisms establish themselves in the rich organic environment, creating a balanced ecosystem that keeps harmful pests in check. Pepper plants grown in this type of soil develop stronger root systems and more robust foliage, making them naturally more resistant to disease and pest damage. The soil structure created by this method also provides superior drainage while maintaining moisture retention, a perfect combination for pepper plants that dislike waterlogged conditions but need consistent hydration. Organic matter acts like thousands of tiny sponges, soaking up excess water during those heavy rains and then, releasing it slowly when things get dry. The Amish approach, it really goes beyond just the initial soil preparation. It's about maintaining soil health all year round. Throughout the growing season, they add these thin layers of compost around their pepper plants, and it's not really used as a fertilizer but more as food for the soil organisms that are always working to support plant health. After harvest, instead of just clearing out the beds completely, Amish farmers will often plant quick-growing cover crops. These crops will be killed by frost and then left to decompose right there over the winter. So this continuous cycle of adding organic matter, it really ensures that soil fertility keeps getting better year after year, instead of depleting like you often see in conventional gardens. The long-term results of this method, honestly, are just extraordinary. Amish pepper beds that have been managed this way for several years produce plants that, they seem to grow with almost supernatural vigor. Pepper yields, in fact, can be 2 to 3 times higher than what you'd get in a conventional garden, with plants that stay productive well into the fall, even when other gardens are already on the decline. And you really don't need to live on an Amish farm to benefit from these time-tested techniques. Just start by getting some well-aged manure from local farms or horse stables. Honestly, a lot of them are happy to give it away. If you can't find aged manure, high-quality compost can definitely serve as your primary base, though you might notice the results develop a bit more gradually. So you can create your own compost system using kitchen scraps, yard waste, and fallen leaves. The key here is maintaining the right balance of carbon-rich materials like dried leaves and nitrogen-rich materials, like vegetable scraps. Just make sure to turn the pile regularly and keep it moist but not waterlogged. Consider planting cover crops in unused areas of your garden or in beds during the off-season. Even small spaces can benefit from quick-growing options like crimson clover or winter rye that can be turned under in spring to add organic matter and improve soil structure. The transformation won't happen overnight. The Amish think in terms of seasons and years, not weeks. But gardeners who commit to this approach consistently report dramatic improvements in plant health, yield, and soil quality within just one growing season, with continued improvements year after year. This ancient method proves that the best gardening solutions aren't always the newest or most high-tech. Sometimes the most powerful techniques are those that have been quietly working for centuries, waiting for us to rediscover their wisdom. Your peppers and your soil will thank you for making this investment in natural, sustainable growing methods. Ready to transform your pepper garden with this ancient wisdom? Subscribe to Smart Garden for more time-tested techniques that really work. And share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to discover the power of working with nature instead of against it. Your most abundant pepper harvest is just one growing season away.